Hoping to be the next $2.1 billion buyout? I'm Schmitty, and this is Talkin Schmit. Today on the show is Bo Mitchell. Bo is from Aiken, South Carolina, and has been a staple in the Tired Skateboard Christmas video tradition each year on ThrasherMagazine.com. He also has been in the business since he was 9 months old. You may know him as Wayne in Eastbound and Down or Brooks in Cobra Kai. But do you remember his name in his first TV show, October Road?
Character name was Duty. Duty, dude. I can't believe it, dude.
I got one side of the Rubik's Cube done, guys. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go. But before we begin this interview, I just want to release a few things off my mind. First, it is the holiday season, and I got some big plans to march us out of 2020 this last month and a half. I got some great guests, legendary, some surprises, and a whole new line of merch, including some coffee mugs, new shirt designs, and new colorways of the old classics. Please help support the show by hooking yourself up or getting a friend or relative a cool present at TalkinSchmit.com. I'll be dropping some stuff here and there all the way up until Black Friday when it all will be released. Shops, holler at me before it's all gone. This is episode 97, and that means we just have 2 more until Tommy and number 100. Gonna do a podcast awards after that, so email me with any categories and or thoughts for your favorite moments and episodes. I got a bunch of categories already in the mix, but I'm always open to suggestions. I really do want to know what your favorite episode was, though. So email talkinschmit@gmail.com with your favorite episode, your favorite moment, who made you laugh, who made you cry, favorite soundbite, whatever it is that touched you. Love to hear from you. Okay, enough about the future. Let's live in the now.
I'm Bo Mitchell, and we're Talkin Schmit.
It's cool, like tonight is the night.
Here we go again.
Just give it the old college try, right now.
Big dog's in.
Schmitty.
96 times, Schmitty.
Thanks, Schmitty.
We on? Schmitty?
Talkin Schmit.
That's called go to the hospital, bitch.
I'd be shitting my pants.
Your Rolodex is fucking deep.
It's about the one.
Who is this guy thinks he's tough shit?
What's up?
We're tastemakers.
Come on, Schmitty, what the fuck?
Let's hear it for Greg Smith. Yeah!
All right, episode 97 here, just 3 away from the big 100. We're down in the dirty South Caca. I've been looking forward to this one since he said he'd come on. Welcome to the show, Bo Mitchell.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. Thanks for having me, though. I'm stoked, dude.
Hell yeah. What have you been up to? You been with this COVID and stuff? Have you still been working and stuff, or what's going on?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm still working some. Like, it's definitely, as far as the acting world, it's definitely shut things down a good bit. Like, it's kind of crazy. There was obviously nothing going on for about 6 months or so, and in the last month or two, as of like mid-August or October, they started to pick up a little bit, but it's been kind of weird. It's basically like a rich man's game. It's like only networks with lots of money are able to produce things right now, because they're having to pay for everyone, down to not just cast, but like crew, extras, like everyone. They're having to pay for them to get like weekly or monthly COVID tests, and those things are kind of expensive. Like, you're looking at like $100 a head. If you got a crew or cast or a crew of like, 500 to 1,000, when you count the extras and stuff, it's like, it's an expensive, production. There's only a few people out there making stuff right now, because of that. So there's a little action, but not a lot.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. Before we go any further, I got something here. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because my thing cuts out sometimes. I got this sticker from your neighboring state, permanent vacation.
Oh.
They just sent it to me from Wilmington, North Carolina, and I want to put it up on the wall here.
Yeah, dude. Get it.
Where should it go? Where should it go?
I don't even know, dude. Maybe up in the top. I see some space up there where you could still see it behind your head. Yeah, that looks like it fits good. That's
right
sick. Yeah, dude.
All right.
That's amazing. They sent you a sticker. That's so sick. I was hanging out with some of those dudes like 2-3 weeks ago. I was on a skate trip down there, and that's awesome. Shout out to Griffin and those dudes. They just dropped a video from like a New York edit. So that's super sick that you had that.
Yeah, dude. That's where you filmed Eastbound and Down in Wilmington, right?
Yeah, Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a hotbed, honestly, for a while until oh yeah, there you go. Nice. What a beaut.
Oh, mama.
Wow. Dude, that's so sick, dude. Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, they were shooting there big time, man. Like it was when they had the tax cuts going, everything was filming there. And Atlanta's taken over everything now, but they had a lot of action there. Like there was Screen Gems has a 22 stage studio there, and that place is like insane, huge out in the swamp. And then, so there's that, and there's just people just down there for production all the time. So that's where we filmed most of it. But yeah, dude, crazy people. We would call it Wilmywood, like Hollywood, but
oh, okay, yeah.
Just like in the crew, the casting crew people that were down there all the time, we're calling it Wilmywood for a little while, just as a joke, because everyone was down there. It's crazy.
Okay, were you born in South Carolina?
Yeah, I was born in South Carolina, raised in a small town, born and raised in Aiken, South Carolina, and spent most of my life there. I always lived there, kind of. Just I would travel for work. I would maybe be gone for 6 months or so at a time, but I would always just come back there and stay in my free time. So yeah, man, just been there. I was there for about 20 something, 22, 21 years probably of my life, majority, living there in my free time, like I said.
Yeah.
So I had a skate park and shop there. It's a good time, yeah. But born and raised.
Well, I looked it up and I found a few distinguished people. Some famous people are from that town. Any ideas who I came up with?
Dude, okay, hang on. Maybe like some wrestlers like Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair.
Are they from there?
I've heard like stories of
The Big Show. Paul White is from there.
Yeah, there you go. A lot of wrestlers came out of that zone for sure. Yeah. Dude, my mom has like a crazy story of like Hulk Hogan living in a trailer park on the other side of town, and she like hung out with him when they were younger, like, before he was Hulk Hogan, obviously. I guess maybe that was his family that lived there and you were visiting, but yeah, dude, a lot of wrestlers came out of that area in general, like,
Wrestling's huge down there, right?
Yeah, totally.
Did you ever get into it? Have you seen any wrestlers down there walking around or anything?
Not really. I haven't really ran any. I've never really got into it. I think it's hilarious. I do love it, like, for what it is. Like, it's awesome. It really is. But I never got super into it.
Okay.
But I know some other people in the skate industry that love it, and I'm just like, that's sick that y'all are stoked on it. And it's always fun to watch, but not.
Ric Flair always hyped up Carolinas. Charleston, North Carolina.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, he would be stoked. And that's just so funny. They were always so fired up. But it was weird. There was like, they would be around doing like, I guess, wrestling matches nearby. So it's kind of like living in LA, right? Like you could run into like Nyjah pretty easily at a plaza, or some of your favorite pro. It's like if you really were into wrestling, you could run into them pretty easily in that area, because Aiken's right beside Augusta, Georgia, where they play the Masters, and they would have a lot of stuff happening in Augusta. Speaking of practice rounds right now.
Dude, Masters are going on right now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I didn't even how far is that from Aiken?
Like 15 minutes.
No way.
Yeah, we're basically in the same zone. They call it the CSRA, and it's like a little zone of cities that are on the Savannah River in the central Savannah River area, CSRA.
Right.
And yep, Gage and Augusta are like twin cities almost there, and they're just divided by that river.
You ever
So yeah,
go?
it's like 15 minutes to the golf course. It's pretty crazy.
Have you gone to see the Masters?
I went to some practice rounds when I was younger. The family's got like it's crazy how this shit works. We're like heirs to a lottery spot. So our family is from my grandfather somehow got in there, and basically every year there's a lottery and you could get a chance to win. You win the chance to buy the tickets. You don't even just get the tickets. You win the chance to even buy them. It's some super prestigious, weird stuff.
Oh, so it ain't easy.
Yeah, it's not easy, dude. And yeah, so I've gotten to go to some practice rounds when I was younger, but honestly, dude, it's like cool to be there because it is an immaculate golf course. It's like being like, it's like being in Tampa or something, at the park, or being at like hanging out, at the barracks or something. You're there at this immaculate course with these professionals like at the top of their game, and it's really cool. But at the same time, it's like, it's weird because you're just kind of like following them around, and you kind of just walk around and you stop. It's kind of weird. It's much better just to like watch it somewhere and get drunk while you're doing it. It's way more fun.
Okay.
But it's cool to experience at least once. You get to see it like firsthand. So
Right. Well, also from Aiken is William the Refrigerator Perry, Chicago
Yep.
Bears.
dude, I
Great.
was totally gonna get to him. I grew up down the street from him.
Shut
I would
up.
see him out.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, dude, crazy stories about him. My uncle, yeah, dude, my Uncle Mike is wild. He was like the middle child, and he was like, they went to Clemson together. Him and Perry were dorm mates. And, yeah, dude, they would both work out together. They're like the same size. My uncle went on to like wrestling bears, but Perry obviously went on to play football. But we fully like live like quarter mile from him, or from his house now. He doesn't live there anymore. He had a pretty rough divorce, but
Fuck.
it's a crazy little place, dude. It's like a legit estate. It's like big, nice, fancy brick fence walls, and then like a nice wrought iron gate and huge house, like really crazy. And you just see him out at Walmart sometimes or something. But yeah, dude, it's pretty sick. He's from there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The last one is the True Blood sensation, Anna Camp. Do you know
Really?
her?
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I know of her. I've never met her. That's crazy. I didn't know she was from Aiken.
Yeah, that's what it said in the Wikipedia.
That's nuts.
Right.
Dude, that's crazy, dude.
So
That's
there
so
you go.
random. That's sick. Thanks for like fucking filling me in, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. Hey, how did the Blonde Ambition Mitchell for Insta, where did that come from?
Dude, I pretty much just ripped that off of Eastbound and Down, dude. Because I got called like Blonde Ambition Tour when I was on that jet ski. And I remember signing up for Instagram when it like first started, and like I was kind of like signing up, and I was like, I didn't know how to take it. I didn't know how that, it was like, it was way different back then, obviously, man. This was like 7 or 8 years ago. But I kind of was like, I was about to put my name in, like Bo Mitchell or something, kind of like you would for Facebook, like you put in your name, your actual name. But then I realized that people were using like aliases. And so I don't know, I just kind of thought that was funny. So I was like, I was still like, when that came out, we hadn't even filmed the 4th season yet. So it was like still like, Instagram's old, dude. And
Yeah.
so anyway, yeah, man, it was still kind of fresh in my head. But yeah, dude, that's where
Okay.
it came from
All
that
right.
jet ski scene.
Well, what came first for you, skateboarding or acting?
Acting definitely came first. I started acting when I was like 9 months old as a baby. So
Oh,
I got thrown into that for sure.
how
It's
is
kinda
that?
crazy. It's cool, man. It was I don't remember any of it, but I remember some of the gigs, but I don't remember the actual instance. Apparently I was in a mall with my family on a vacation. We were just walking around. It's not even like a pageant thing or anything like that. It was just meandering to a mall, and an agent saw us, just approached my parents and was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I want to use your baby for print ads, and, I'm an agent and all this stuff. And it's kind of crazy because like that was like back then there were scams like that. People were scamming people like, oh, give us $1,000 and we'll put your kid out there on this web, yellow pages or something. And like, so they were skeptic, but they kind of went through with it and it was all legit. And I was like going out to New York for weeks at a time as like an infant and doing like just print work, like, lookbooks for Baby Gap or stuff like that. Not anything that ever really made it out. I don't really have many like proper photo shoots from that time, but stuff that would get handed out in catalogs or something, like, and I would just be the baby posing in like an all denim outfit or whatever.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that's how it started.
Where were you guys on vacation? Where was that?
I don't even know. Nothing too far. I think we were in like Charlotte or something. I don't know.
Oh,
North
in
Carolina,
some mall.
like 2 or 3 hours away from Aiken,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, dude, and just popped off. I don't know. My parents were like great enough to help me pursue it too, because like obviously I couldn't do anything at 9 months old, so they helped me get there. But yeah,
and then
dude,
modeling kind of led to acting.
Yeah, essentially. So we did some print work, got into some extra stuff when I was a baby as well, like doing little commercial background, movie background stuff. I got a few roles, like one-liners, and just made my way up. I think the first gig I booked where I had like a proper role with a name on it was this show called October Road, which was the #1 drama on ABC for a little while. And I was like 11 or 12. And so I was a kid still. And then I rolled from that right into Eastbound and Down.
Was that like an after school special or something?
No, October Road was like an adult drama.
Oh.
And it was kind of like Grey's Anatomy, it's just not about doctors.
Okay. Yeah,
it's just about like some baby daddy drama stuff. So weird, but just like a drama show. And I was just playing. It's based around this kid that he doesn't know who his parents are, and he's living with different people. So it's nothing too crazy, but I was his best friend in the series, so I was like a series regular, so I'd pop up like every other episode. So character name was Duty. Dude. I can't believe it, dude. Anyway, it's like I was stoked. I remember I was fired up when that happened. But right around that time, I started skating. Actually, like to loop this into your question, because I was about 10 or 11, and I had like a Walmart board basically from about the time I was 8. I got a Walmart board for Christmas, and then I got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, and then I got the first Underground, and so I was like all into it, but like definitely not skating really, because there wasn't anything to skate where I lived, and I lived in my whole yard was gravel too. I didn't even have a concrete driveway, so I just kind of would lay on my back and do grabs like Lance Mountain. Like that's what I would do, or just play the video game. I was like a kid. I would be like, imagine myself flying in the air, but like that's about it. And then that show popped off, and like I was living in Atlanta for like 6 months, and I got to actually start riding on concrete, and they actually had me like ride my skateboard in the show a little bit. So that was like my character would my character would skate and the other character would bike. So we'd bike or skate around a little bit, whatever, but yeah, and that was like kind of how it sparked up, I guess. I just kept skating when I could, but acting was like pretty heavy. So, and I was like always a little worried too that I might like, break myself off, even though it wasn't super realistic. I just was scared that I would, slip and break something and not be able to film. So I was like really like, conservative with it. And then I wrapped up season 1 of Eastbound and Down. I was like 13, and I finally got back to Aiken, and I was like gone for like almost 2 years, because I was filming back to back and bouncing around. And I get back, and some of my buddies that I left there, they were still there, and they picked up skating for real, and they were like worshiping Chris Cole. And, so we all like put on skinny jeans and got zero boards and like started actually skating. And it was pretty sick, dude. That's kind of how it budded though, until like actually me trying tricks,
right.
And like actually skating and like, yeah.
So Chris Cole was one of your earlier like skate heroes influence, like hype guy.
Yeah, dude, it's just like skin tight pants, like striped jacket, like the bleached hair, Wallenberg clip, like that was
I was
it
there.
for a little while for sure. Yeah, him and the Duff Man too, dude. Like they were like fucking sick at that time for us, but you know,
rad.
Crazy how things change. But yeah, dude, it was so sick. We were just we would see them just hucking, and we would go find a 2-set and just pretend it was like, you know, something huge and try to kick up off it.
That's amazing. Let's talk about how the whole Eastbound and Down thing happened. Like, did you go in for it, or did they hit you up, or like how did it happen?
Yeah, so that was really interesting. I technically went in to audition for it, but I kind of got called in. I kind of skipped a few steps in the auditioning process, because usually you go in and you audition with a casting director, and they kind of whittle out the first wave, you know, and then find some selects, and then you get a call back and you get to meet the directors and all that. So I kind of skipped straight to that because I had actually met the producers and directors before, because I did a chemistry read for Talladega Nights. So a chemistry read is like the final stage. It's basically you've been chosen for the role, or it's you and one other person that are chosen for the role, and you do a read through with the rest of the cast to see how you like mesh. And I did it, and I was going to be the older brother for Talladega Nights, the 2 little kids. It was going to be the older one. They already cast the little one, and we got in there, and I was huge at the time. Like I hit a growth spurt and all, and so it was like crazy height differences. And the other kid that booked the role was there, and they were like only this much difference. They looked a lot better on camera, you know? And so basically on like physicalities, they booked that kid. But I met those directors, right? It was like Adam McKay, Will Ferrell were like, they were in the room, and I was auditioning with them. Yeah, so I met them, and they were like kind of hyped on me, I guess. But I got called back and do Eastbound and Down, and based off of that, they kind of remembered me. And yeah, dude, I just got greenlit in that way, you know. And yeah, it was really interesting because I had me read for both the kids. They do this sometimes, like when you don't have a lot of lines, you might read like for 2 characters or something just to give you a lot of lines so they could see you do stuff. So I was reading for both of like the nephews like at once. But yeah, man, it was cool. And just picked up from there, and we shot a pilot, and that was really crazy. But we shot this pilot episode, and back then it was like things are a lot faster now. It's only been it's been about 10 years actually, so it's kind of a little while. But it's back then it was like you'd shoot a pilot and you wouldn't hear back for like a year, you know, because it would just go through cycles and things just took longer, you know. And so I shot that first episode. Season 1 is the pilot episode that we shot, and I was like 12 there. And then we came back, and I was 13, and I had like grown 6 inches, and like, yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, dude, it's just like
so almost a year in that show, 13 to 17. Was it 4 years?
Yeah, I think when we wrapped out on like season 4, it was like either about to turn 18 or just turned 18.
Damn.
So yeah, man, I spent like 6 years shooting that, and it's weird because when you're filming, generally you're filming in the fall months. Most shows film in the fall months. And my birthday's November, so I would almost always have a birthday on set. And we basically shot every 2 years. So I had like my 14th birthday on set. My 16th birthday was on, and then like I was about to turn 18 or something when we shot season 4. But yeah,
when's your birthday?
Crazy. November 3rd.
Oh, Scorpio.
Yeah. What's up?
Dude, October 27.
That's sick. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I don't know much about the astrology stuff, but one of my buddies is super into it. And they were just like messing with me like, oh, let me get some of your information. I can figure out all your stuff. And I was like, all right, sure, you know, whatever. I don't know. And then they came back and they were tripping. They're like, you're a triple Scorpio. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I have no idea what that is. But they were losing their minds. And so anyone out there that knows how that stuff works, hit me up and inform me a little more. Cause
Scorpios are wild in the sack. That's what I hear.
Yeah, dude. I haven't experienced that yet, so we'll see. But dude, it's like I've also
That's
heard they're like
amazing, though.
maniacs. I feel like I'm not. Sometimes I feel like I'm a maniac, like just like in general. Like I guess you're like a psycho, but I think maybe I am. I'm just like high functioning.
Yeah,
But
it
maybe
just
not. I
depends
don't know.
where you direct your energy.
I guess so. Yeah, dude. I
But
was freaking out skating the other night, losing my mind.
Oh,
That was it. I felt like a Scorpio then for sure. I was like, dude.
So when you're 12 years old, do you even know who Will Ferrell is?
Yeah, I did know like who he was. I knew he was Will Ferrell and stuff, and like
Oh, okay.
I knew kind of like I knew he was, right, but like at that age, like I don't know, there wasn't like really for me there wasn't like a lot of weight to people's names when I was younger. And like, growing up around this stuff, it like I don't really get starstruck, but like I do understand like, the gravity of like someone's accomplishments. But back then I had almost nothing related to it. And so I was just like, oh, cool. Like he's funny. Obviously, like I've seen him, before. He's funny. I've seen him in movies, but it was never like, oh my God, Will Ferrell. Like, and this one was, I had no chance here, but we were on set and I was eating lunch and one of the producer's wives is Brooke Shields. And so she sat down next to me, my mom, during lunch one day, literally sat right next to me. And then my mom's on this side of me. And my mom is sitting here just losing her damn mind, like silently. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I can tell she's freaking out. She's like holding it in. And I don't know who this woman is. I really don't. Like, I thought she might have been with hair and makeup or something. I'm 12. I had no idea who Brooke Shields was. And so we hang out, they chat a little bit, whatever, we chat, and anyway, then, she leaves. My mom just like almost faints from like holding her breath for like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
And, then I had to like get educated that night, watched a bunch of movies and stuff, but yeah, crazy.
Wow. So it seems kind of like, I don't know, from my perspective that you get into this thing as a young kid and then maybe by like the third or fourth season, you're kind of like, holy like things are registering as you're getting older and you're like, oh dude, I'm doing it. Like, it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kind of like almost not accidental, but like it was bigger than what you thought getting into it. And then it's like, I mean, for me and my friends, Eastbound and Down it's a huge fucking show. Like one of the best
crazy
shows I was saying pound for pound, one of the best shows. Like 4 seasons, it can go up against any other 4-season show.
Yeah, dude, definitely. It's always been kind of crazy to me. Like when I was younger, I definitely didn't get it, And I mean, when it first started, honestly, the only people that were behind it that people cared about were the people behind the scenes, like, Will Ferrell, Adam McKay, Chris Hinchy, these producers, directors. Will at that time was only producing and directing it. And so, like, those people were the only ones that really had a name. Like, so Ben Best, Jody Hill, David Gordon Green, Danny, those guys, they just basically came out of, like, a college type of thing,
Uh-huh.
They had been in some stuff, but it was like they were still fresh, they were still kind of like an AM skater, right? Like, people knew they were killing it, but, like, and then this was like their christening for sure. They basically had gotten the green light to do whatever the hell they wanted. Wow. And that was this, like, all they needed. They were able to, like, go off the deep end and people loved it. So, I mean, they're still together now doing stuff. They're like like a little group of like 3 amigos, like a 3 musketeers type of thing. They're doing, they did Vice Principals together. They're doing the Righteous Gemstones now. That's all filming here in Charleston, South Carolina. Oh. But, yeah, dude. So growing up in it, it was definitely like I don't really want to say taking it for granted, but it was just like I was in it, so I didn't pay attention to it, and I was like, I would watch it and I thought it was funny, but I wouldn't see much reaction, unless someone recognized me, and they were just head over heels about it. And it was not until honestly, not until the past few years where I've really realized that it's become like more than just a good TV show. Like it's like a cult classic at this point. Like it's evolved and it's really cool. I'm stoked to be a part of it. It's really cool to have been there for that stuff. it's just crazy to me at the same time to like be roped into that because it is like, I mean, it's legendary. Those dudes were killing it. It's good comedy. And I mean, watching them do it was heavier. You know, it's like when you go to a spot and you watch someone get a trick and you see all the little idiosyncrasies or things that are going on, or just the fact that maybe they busted it out like first try, you know, that type of stuff, you know, and when you respect that, it was like that type of thing, like seeing them do improv. A lot of the people's favorite stuff that came out of that show, a lot of quotes, those were like off the cuff, only said once or twice, like improv, you know, and yeah, it's just nuts. It's like really, it's really, all those dudes are super talented. So
what would it be like? Would it be like, let's say season 1, season 2, whatever, for a season, would everyone come and just live locally in Wilmington and you'd film the whole season like in whatever, how long would it take? A month or 2 or more?
Yeah. It would be anywhere from like 2 to 3 months, somewhere in there, usually, maybe a little longer. Just depends. Usually try to get like an episode out every 2 weeks. Sometimes they take a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3 weeks. So you do that math. They were like always like, oh, sorry.
And that's time.
Time's up. Yeah, dude. Yeah, my dryer's going. Sorry about that.
No, good.
Yeah, dude. They would have like 3 weeks for an episode, maybe 2 weeks. So I don't know. They had 6 to 8 episodes a season, so you can kind of do the math, you know. But yeah, a couple months. And
you film the whole season before the first episode comes out, or do you film it on the fly?
Yeah, usually you're filming it before the first episode comes out. It's all locked. There are like that's more like a sitcom thing, or like something where it's like a, you know, done on a stage, or like you know, things like that, where they're filming it and turning it around a week or 2. You know, there's a little different. But this stuff being on HBO, it's like it's locked in for a couple months prior to release date. So, but yeah, everyone would be living there. It's crazy. You know, basically you get, you know, a place paid for, and you move into whatever, you get a house or an apartment, and then you're living there. It's crazy, dude. You get a car or whatever, or you can get your own car shipped out. It's some super luxurious shit, dude. It's like honestly crazy. Like, I mean, it's basically you get paid a bonus just to move, and then you also get your stuff taken care of. Like, you get, you know, food and living expenses taken care of. And then, like I said, if you need a car rented, they'll rent you a car. Or if you want your own car, they'll ship your car out to you. It's like, it's crazy. Or whatever, you know, if you want to drive it, then they'll give you gas money and, you know, food money to drive it out. And like, whatever you need, it's crazy, dude. You get set up. Like, I had like a super sick loft in downtown Wilmington for a while as like a 13-year-old, and my mom or dad would come with me, you know, for a week at a time. And it was just so crazy. It was like having a second home there. We'd have the keys and everything, and we would be there for a couple weeks and then go home for a week if I was off. And yeah, dude, it was wild. It was cool though. It was really cool to be a part of that and like live through that stuff.
Is there anything that sticks out? Was there any like hijinks or like some crazy moment or a disaster, anything through filming all that stuff?
Yeah, there's lots of stuff all the time. It seems like, I mean, it's kind of hectic. There's so many moving parts, you know, every day.
Yeah.
You know, you wake up and it's like, you know, I mean, it's not, I don't want to say it's hard work, but it's a lot. You know, it's like you have 12 or 13-hour days every day, and you do that like 5 or 6 days a week. And so you're just there, you know, constantly. So it would, you know, you just start having fun on set or something. You know, you figure out a way to do something with your free time, because a lot of it is just, you know, hurry up and wait. So you get there, get ready, hurry up, and then you sit there for 3 hours. So
I'm familiar with that with Jake Phelps. He loved to hurry up and wait.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah, so you're just like hustling, whatever, you know. And so, yeah, we would just mess around sometimes, like, you know, whether it was like, I don't know, like everyone had their own way of messing around. Like sometimes, like we would go, like I remember one instance actually, we were shooting at that Ashley Schaefer BMW, and so everyone's in costume, and it's me and Danny and Will, and then I think Chris Hinchy went, which is one of the producers, and there's a Hooters literally across the street. And so those guys go to Hooters, and they're all like, you know, whatever, going to Hooters, and I'm like, you know, fuck it, can I come? And they were like, yeah, dude, sure. I'm like 14, so I'm just like I'm just there for the fuckery of it because they're like all in costume. So Danny's got his mullet on. Will Ferrell has that crazy like Ric Flair hairdo on. Chris Hinchy looks totally normal. I look pretty normal, you know. So we're just over there sitting, and they don't recognize Will at all. Danny again was still not that popular yet, so they definitely didn't recognize him. This is season 1, I think, and so it was the craziest experience because I was just in there just giddy because I knew that, and they were messing around, they were having a good time, like, and it was just fun to be there and witness that like fuckery. But it was cool. There's always some weird stuff going on like that. Just like I said, just making fun out of like the free time you had, you know. But we got to do some cool stuff, dude. Like I got to break like take a bat to a BMW one day. That was pretty sick.
Right.
Remember that scene where they like raid the Ashley Schaefer BMW? I think it's in the first season, and like Kenny just like tells everyone to go nuts, and they just start tearing up cars.
Oh yeah.
So we got to like you know mess up a couple cars with like bats and stuff, and like crazy, dude.
Huh.
Wow, it was fun.
Yeah, you guys had like probably a little deal with that car dealership. It was in a lot of the shows.
Oh, again, sorry. I think it's the last one.
You're good. We
All right,
like sound effects here on the show.
There you go. Yeah, it's a buzzer beater. Yeah, they definitely had like, you know, they had like a deal going. Basically, I think that they had a deal going to rent that place out. The BMW, I think, came from like a lot. Like they have studios will have their own like collection of props, you know, and that BMW is just basically a prop. So they got that car through a different mean. They didn't just pull out the dealership, but they kind of make it look like that, you know. But yeah, the dealership, it's crazy. It's real. That's the guy's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Like
we went there when Skate Rock went through Wilmington, and so we had a day or two there, and we went to that car dealership because we're like, it was during when you guys were filming too. So I don't know, you might have been there, but yeah, we skated that indoor park. It's a barn or something.
Oh yeah, the skate barn. Yeah, I was there like 2 or 3 weeks ago. That place is so fun, dude.
Sick. Rad. Yeah, man. That whole town is pretty tight. It's like right on the water. We were like down by this I don't know if it was a river or like part of this bay or inlet, but yeah, that was a fun show too. We played I forget where the name of the place was, but Trujillo jumped off stage. Some guy was heckling him and got into it with one of the locals. It was just epic.
That's perfect. Yeah, dude. That's kind of the vibe there. It's a cool town. It's kind of sleepy, but there's a lot of like people there fired up. I mean, it's crazy. It's like on this little river, and it's like surrounded by swamp. Mm-hmm. So it's a cool ecosystem.
Nice, man. The other one I haven't, to be honest, I haven't watched it. The movie Palo Alto.
Oh yeah, that's fine, dude. I think I've watched it.
That is insane to me though, because I lived in the next city, which is Menlo Park, right next to Palo Alto, from 2000 to 2005. And I don't know what era the movie's about, but I was like, you know, it's crazy. James Franco's from Palo Alto, right?
Yeah, he's from there, and that's kind of where he had his high school experience at, and that's what that whole movie is based off of. He wrote a book. Pretty sure it's called Palo Alto Stories or something like that, and it's just high school stories, you know, from that time, and in his high school life and whatever. And so he's made a couple, you know, projects out of that. Like he made that movie Palo Alto, and then there is another one called Memoria that has like some influence from that, and then there is an anthology, like a series of short films that each short film represents a chapter from the book, and those are strung together to make a full length. So he's done a lot with that book. Did you
guys film it in Palo Alto?
No, it was all filmed in LA, you know, LA. Pretty much. Yeah, just that area. So
Got it. Huh? Yeah, I think me and the fiance are gonna watch it tonight. We were like, I was like, I gotta watch this. It's like I remember one time because Stanford, there's this mall right in Palo Alto, and right next to it is a hotel, and I was driving by to my house back and forth all the time at night, and there was all these studio lights, and I was like, what the fuck? They're filming some shit, and like it's not common down there. So like to see it, you're kind of like, what is it? And it ended up being that movie where now I'm gonna totally space it, but God damn it. You know the guy from Third Rock from the Sun? He's kind of epic, older guy.
Dude, no, I don't.
Well, it was, I think it was called not Raising Cain, but it's something where like the guy plays his twin brother, and the one guy's evil and he kills him. But fuck, I'll just insert it right here.
There you go. Good. Yeah, you got it. Get it.
But yeah, they filmed that in Palo Alto, but that was the only thing I ever knew. So I want to check that Palo Alto thing out.
Dude, yeah, thank you. It's fun. I mean, it's like it's really angsty and kind of slow and vibey. So, you know, you guys have fun watching it. It's like, you know, it might connect with you guys. And, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully you enjoy it because you're from that zone. But yeah, it was all filmed. It was a really crazy time again because I'm just like, I'm coming out of Eastbound and Down right about then, and I had a crazy audition experience. I blew the audition completely, and I never did that before in my life, and I'm pretty good at the auditioning process, you know, and you memorize these lines and you get into character and you go in and you have a little banter beforehand and you sit down or whatever and you dig into the material. And I got there and like fully flaked. I got there, sat down, and I didn't know who these people were. I think one guy was kind of a random producer dude, but the other person was Gia Coppola, Francis Coppola's daughter.
Right.
She was the director of the movie, and I had no idea like who she was though. Again, I'm like the worst, dude. I'm so bad at this stuff. I like don't know anyone, you know. And so I'm in there just talking to him though, and you know, I start trying to go into these lines, and I would get fed my line, and I'm supposed to start talking, you know. Couldn't figure out anything. I just fully fizzled out. Never had that happen before. So it was like
just want blank?
Pretty crazy. I was in there. Yeah, I was just in there blank. And I just was like, hey, like, I just went blank. Can we try that again? I did that like 3 times. And I think I just started looking like a bumbling idiot. And I was just kind of like, I was self-deprecating and playing on it. And I was just like, yeah, I can't remember this at all right now. Like, and so, you know, whatever. Like, I don't, and they were like, no, that's cool. And then I just talked to them for a few minutes. And, you know, I guess I made them laugh and all because I was acting like an idiot, but I didn't even do the lines and I got the part. So it was kind of crazy. It was weird as hell, dude. I've never done that before, but I mean, It worked out. I think, like I said, though, coming out of Eastbound and Down, I think that James was kind of a fan of that. And I think he saw me through that. And so it kind of like gave me a shoe in, you know, and I don't know. It's crazy though. He like took me under his wing after that. And, I worked with him like nonstop for almost like 2 or 3 years. And we did like 7 or 8 projects together. So it was really cool, dude. Yeah,
that dude's sick. He was in what's that? Freaks and Geeks. That was like when I was a kid growing up. That was what I watched. So he kind of was a child actor too, growing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he could probably relate to you, you know, give you some fucking advice or whatever, right?
Yeah, totally, man. Yeah, and he like definitely butted there. There's a lot of like millennial actors, like that show is huge for them, and like, you know, so yeah, but he popped off, and like it was cool. I kind of knew who James was. It's like, oh shit, this is cool. Like, you know, this is a good opportunity. But wildest thing, you know, who's in Palo Alto with me is the Andrew Lutheran, Daniel Lutheran's younger brother.
No way.
Yeah, he plays one of the homies too.
I'm watching it tonight for sure. Then I remember when was that his first part?
Yeah, dude.
Because I was with Daniel, I think the day that Andrew got like, you're in, and I remember he was just like, dude, my brother's gonna, like, he was so fired up. Oh, that's awesome. Sick. Those guys
it was
are
the craziest thing. Yeah, it was like, I don't exactly know like his version of the story, but I think Mike Sinclair had something to do with it. Like, I think he ended up getting in contact with them and kind of helped act as like a manager early on. But like, yeah, it was the craziest thing. And I was like, we were, you know, doing chemistry reads again. So and I hear they have this skater that they scouted from a park. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, you know, who is he or whatever, you know, what's his name? And I just thought, just for fun, I'd see if I knew who it was. And they said Andrew Lutheran. I didn't know Andrew, but I knew the name Lutheran because of Daniel. And I was like, holy shit, this is so random that y'all stumbled onto him in a park. Like, this is great. That was a great time, dude. We're vibe. We had to like live in a garage together at Gia's mom's house for like a couple weeks for like chemistry building. And so we were like crashing in this garage and like we were watching movies on the TV that they actually used in Apocalypse Now.
No way.
And it was some really weird stuff. It was cool though, in a weird way. It was, I mean, cool, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's just looking back on it now, I'm like, dude, this is nuts. You know, in the time I was just like, whatever, I'm just chilling, you know, this is fun. But like, yeah, looking back on it now, it's kind of wild. But yeah, it's cool, man. That was definitely like I feel like a big deal because I kind of got to like, I don't know, just do something new, you know?
As far as nerves go, what's the most nervous you get? Is it for the audition? Is it for like go time when you're on the set? Is it like when the show comes out and you're watching yourself? Like what makes you the most butterflies?
That's interesting. I don't know. I never really thought of that. Sometimes like,
do you watch
Probably just the
yourself
audition
like
or
when it
something.
comes out? Are you ready to watch it and see how the whole production is?
Yeah, I've gotten more into that recently. When I was younger, I hated it, dude. I hated watching myself. I hated watching myself like on anything. I think the biggest butterflies though is probably the audition, like just the anxiety because you're going in, you know, and you kind of like build up all this hype because you're like, all right, you remember all these lines, you remember all these moves. Because usually an audition is like a lot of material. It's like not, you would never play all that much material seldom on a set, you know? And so you're kind of, it's a little harder than usual, which is cool. They're kind of testing you out and all, but you're just in there, you know, you want to blow it away like first try, you know, and nail it and stuff. So there's like a lot of pressure for that, but that's probably where most of it comes down to. But honestly, I haven't felt that for a few years. I've been like doing tape auditions for a long time because I've just been living in South Carolina here. And so I would just send in tapes to wherever the casting directors are. So that's makes it a lot mellower because, you know, you can just do it on your own time and you can mess up how many times you want. So it's a pretty good setup, but
that's way better, right? Because I was going to say, like, once you start knowing who these people are, I'm assuming that going into a room where Will Ferrell is, like, if you don't know who Will Ferrell is, it's way easier than if you do know who Will Ferrell is and you're like, oh, fuck, I got to fucking nail this.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't pick up on any of that as a child. Probably would do it. I do remember actually that happening once. I remember I was like maybe 10 or 11. But I was digging Limp Bizkit. I knew who Fred Durst was because of that. And I went into an audition where he was there. And I just totally was like losing my nerve because he was sitting there watching. I was like, fuck, this is crazy. But yeah, so I did kind of get like stoked out. But yeah, it's a good thing I didn't, pick up on any of that.
Huh. Do you get recognized going into like the airport or places? Do people ever come up and, hey, you're that guy? Or
no, I mean, it definitely happens sometimes. It does happen. It's like, it's just random. It really is. Like, I guess maybe like once or twice a month I'll get recognized, maybe a little less sometimes, but I don't know. It's been, give or take. It's kind of crazy. I changed my hair up. Sorry, I'm yawning so much. Changed my hair up like a couple years ago and went long, and I got recognized less. And now I just shaved it off pretty much. It's just like now I hardly get recognized at all. So it's really on the hair, dude.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I was sporting the same afro, dude, that I had on set year round pretty much. And so I looked just like I came out of the movie, or the show. And so if someone recognized me, they would be like, hey, you look like that kid from Eastbound and Down, or hey, you look like that kid from Bad Santa, which I wasn't in Bad Santa, but I would get stuff like that, and, but yeah, weird, crazy. It's all in the hair, dude, the afro.
Rad. So right now you're in Cobra Kai, yeah?
Yeah, Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid sequel. So yeah.
We've been watching that one. We're like halfway through season 1. It's a fun one to have like a 30-minute kind of fun, because there's so much dark shit on right now. Like all the good shows that we watch are 1 hour dark. So it was like, let's get a couple fucking. There's not that comedy's hard. It seems like comedy's definitely hit or miss. Like you try to watch one and you're like, this sucks. But the Cobra Kai I like. That guy, what's his name? The main guy, the blonde, not Macchio.
William Zabka.
Is he from Grass Valley?
I don't know where he's from, actually.
I think he lives like where Cardiel and Kristen and them grew up. I think he lives up in the mountains here in California. So people have said they've seen him up there and stuff. But
he probably's into that.
I was wondering though, do you have any like contractual things when you're doing that? Like you can't skate while we're filming. You have to like keep a certain look, like don't shave your head or any of that kind of stuff. Like how does it work?
Yeah, you do kind of. There are some like loose lines that basically say you can't do this and that, and it's also kind of like an unspoken rule too, like, hey, don't get hurt, and like, don't go and shave your head or whatever, or dye your hair, especially after if you're in the middle of working, if you're like, it's, whatever. If it's your off day and you go break your arm, you can't work. It's just like any other job, it's just like you blew it. And then at the same time, if they've established your character's hair, and the style, right, and you go for some dumb reason, you just get, if you want to go fucking great clips and get it all cut up, then that's going to ruin everything too, so you kind of just like, it's definitely like in there, but it's loose. And at the same time though, it's definitely like something that you just learn that you don't want to mess anything up. So yeah, I don't know. But the skating thing, I've definitely been told a couple times verbally, that, don't go skate. And I was actually, speaking of, like, I was on a set with was one of James Franco's like projects we did, and his team kind of told me like, hey, they saw me skating on Instagram. They're like, hey, like, don't skate while you're here, like, don't get hurt. I'm like, okay, sure, gotcha. I just kept scanning, didn't post anything else, but it was like I was like posting little edits or something, because I was in Cincinnati, dude, and I'd never been there, and there's like a lot of good skating there, so I was just like losing my mind. It was so fun, and I had a great schedule. I only worked like 3 days a week, and I just like drove up there and I had my car. It was fucking sweet. That was a great time. But yeah, so that was one of the only times I've ever really been told to not skate, but it's always something that's like understood, you're not supposed to go and get fucked up. But I've also always like managed to like, kind of like, bring that together. Like I've always managed to like, get weasel skating into my character, especially the past like 5 or 6 years. And so it kind of gives me like a little bit of a gray area, Yeah. Like, and hey, that's pretty sweet. Yeah. I got to do it for my character, Right. But that's pretty cool too, get to skate on set or get to skate on film, and like have my character holding a board or something, just make it like a little more, grounded or whatever. But it's been cool, man. It's like I've had some pretty interesting experiences where I've like been in the room with like the wardrobe team and, the designers and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I skate. And like, this is what I wear when I skate. And they're like, oh, you skate? And then I immediately somehow get credibility in fashion. They're like, oh, what about this? What about this look? What about this look? They're talking about other characters. And I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Or, that's not. And they would take it like seriously. I was like, this is crazy. It's crazy that, I guess, I don't know, weird. Skating's wild, dude. People love it.
Yeah, skating's huge right now. It's like everybody wants a piece.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
Coming after it. Well, speaking of that, how did you get involved with Tired?
Dude, I don't even remember at this point. I think, man, I'm trying to think about how that even came about. I think I sent in footage for that first video, and I don't remember what urged me to send the footage in. I don't remember if it was just like a joke on my end or if someone reached out. Maybe Brad reached out to me or something, but like I basically got like asked to send in the footage for the first video, and I was like, I had like a crew of homies at the time, and we were actually like messing around filming a video, and I just had a bunch of stuff for that, just random stuff that most of it ended up in that first tire video, but it was a weird time because everyone had kind of just given up on it, and that were in Aiken where I was from, and we were filming together, and they kind of given up on it, and I had a few clips and stuff, and I was like, I'll just, send it to him for fun, and see what happens. And yeah, dude, it just kind of like took over from there. We've just been,
every Christmas
ever since. Yeah, dude, every Christmas. Yeah, just
it's
having a good
such
time.
a great tradition, man. Me and
Dude.
Brad just get in his thing, and I love watching his the way he works. He'll just sit there and be like, chop suey, boom, 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 later. He's like,
Yeah, dude. He is fired up. He's like a ball of energy. It's so crazy, dude.
He's amazing. What was your first impression? Do you have a first impression of meeting Staba?
Dude, I've honestly had like some mellow experiences, but then I stayed at his house one night, like about a year and a half ago, and it was just, it was just like wild times because we were just hanging out and like skated a little bit and just like, yeah, dude, just lots of energy, dude. He was just like, it's crazy how he's just like constantly stoked out and just like we were up probably until like 2 or 3 in the morning, like whatever, just talking about skating and just like fucking around in his house. And then next day he's up at like 6 a.m. mowing the lawn, just getting stoked, like mowing his lawn just to be stoked on it. I was like, dude, this is wild. Yeah, dude, it's nuts. But yeah, he's so funny, dude. I love it. I like, dude, yeah, he needs to like do some stand up or something. Or he needs to like be put on a show, dude. Honestly, give him a character.
I try to get him to come on here. He doesn't want to do it. I'm like, come on, man.
Dude, yeah. And
he said that you came over and watched him black out. He was like, I basically drank and blacked out. And I don't really remember what happened.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Yeah, I think he was just getting fired up and like we were hanging out, and then yeah, dude, it was just wild. He has this little like guest house in the back. We were in there just messing around, just doing whatever, just watching all sorts of crazy like skate videos or old stuff, new stuff. Just I don't know. He's got a lot of collectibles too. He showed me a bunch of random things. It was sick, dude. It was just fun, just kind of like touring.
Yeah, Brad's a homie. Was Raymond's open when you came? His pizza place?
Oh no, it wasn't. No, we like
next time you come out, it's so good.
Dude, yeah, I've been so stoked to try it. He was talking about it, and like I knew he was going to do it from his Instagram, and then we talked about it while we were there, and he was getting close to doing it, and so I'm stoked he's finally got it open. Yeah, dude, that was random. I met up with him at some bar down there, and he was just blitzed, and he biked home like just totally fired up, dude. Like I was like, dude, I don't know how he made it home on his bike, but he did. It's crazy.
Oh, mama.
Oh, wow. What's the feedback been from your bros when the tired videos come out? Do you get like applauded or heckled or a little bit of both or what?
Yeah, it's definitely like a little bit both. More just like people are stoked that I'm even like, I don't know, just like on Thrasher at all. It's pretty fucking sick. Like, but at the same time, it's just like funny to be a part of that like conglomerate. I think it's hilarious because my buddies already tell me I act like I'm 50 years old sometimes, and like, dude, you act 50, like chill out. You're 20, you're 25, whatever. You're young still, and so it kind of goes with it because I feel like I'm like definitely I'm the youngest dude in those videos by far. I'm just in there, just still kind of doing my thing or whatever. But I think it's hilarious. I love like the irony of it, and so. Kind of fits, I guess, but yeah.
I love it too. Just talked to Brad actually last week. He just bought a new computer. He called me up all fired up. He's like, dude, I got a new computer. I got everything set up this year. It's going to be way smoother. We're going to fucking kill it. I already got he was so hyped. I was like, all right, good. I always check in with him around this time of the year to be like, we're on for Christmas, right? And he's like, oh yeah.
Dude. Yeah, dude. I was talking to him like, it was probably like a couple weeks ago, and just he was just like, film everything in VHS. I was like, all right, let's get some VHS clips. Sure. I don't know, dude. It's so funny.
Brad. Oh, I think he is going to do the whole thing in VHS. Yeah, that's what he said. Okay. Have you ever talked to Para?
not in person, or not even like, you know, in reality, I should say. Like, I know I've talked to him over like Instagram DMs and emails, but like, you know, never really like, you know, voice to voice, you know, or face to face. But dude, his art is awesome. I love that shit for sure.
Yeah. Do you have any of it or any shirts or anything with his?
I have some shirts, you know, but I don't have like any like actual pieces hanging up. You know what I mean?
His shit is expensive. It ain't cheap.
Yeah. He's legit. It's so sick that he's like, you know, it's a crazy, him and Brad.
Hell yeah. Do you do you go online and watch these videos come out? Are you looking at the mag? Do you know what's going on in skateboarding now? Or are you more just skating for yourself or what?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm like pretty much like, yeah, I pretty much watch Thrasher on YouTube all the time. Like,
you do?
I don't get on the site as much, like, because I just like, it's like when I watch a video, I usually watch it before I go skate, and so I'll just kind of like look on the Thrasher YouTube and pretty caught up. Like, you know, try to stay pretty caught up with it. I don't know, I love it, dude. I'm definitely immersed.
Anybody got you hyped right now in skating?
Yeah, dude. There's so much good skating going on. It's fucking insane, dude. It really is. Like, I just in all facets, dude. You can just go on Instagram and get your mind blown. But
yeah,
I've been like, I don't know. I saw Ethan Loy's part came out. That was fucking awesome. He's like so creative and like powerful. And then I don't know, dude. Miles Silva's just dropped 2 parts in a week. That shit's awesome. He's so fucking wet, dude. The way he skates is sick.
I'm saying Silva versus Silva, Mason versus Miles. That's the combo right now. They're both putting in a lot of rad shit.
Yeah, dude. Mason too. Like, his part was amazing, and then his rough cut was just astonishing, dude. It was just crazy. He did so many tricks he done over and over again to get it perfect, and just like nuts. But the Perimeter dropped that 4th quarter. I've been watching that the past 24 hours. Like, I've watched it 3 or 4 times already.
Right.
And I know the guy, Alan Hannon, that does the filming. He came and did like a little documentary piece on my skate park in Aiken when it's still around. And so kind of know him personally. And even though we don't get to hang out much, but still I love to like watch his stuff and keep up with him. But dude, Primitive is a great, to me, I love their brand. Like, I'm a fan of like all the anime stuff, so their merch is just getting me stoked, and then their fucking, you know, skaters are on point, so that's been really cool. But
okay,
yeah, dude.
I got one right now. We're gonna do a first time ever. This is a first time for the show.
Wow.
Because I got some notes in front of me, and it all clicked right now. This is me improv on the fly.
Oh,
are you ready?
Yeah.
This is my segue to the next question.
Awesome.
Featuring my executive director and fiance. So you know where the next question's going. This is Sharal Camisa. She has a question for you. Her first ever time on the show right now.
Hi.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you, Bo. I just have to say, watching you in the Tired videos is the joy of all joys in my life. It makes me so happy. I watched those videos multiple times, and there's one where you're like, I don't know what he's doing, but he's going up like a little ditch, and then there's a curb.
The 50-50, the axle stall, and then coming into the
oh yeah.
And there was a guy who was like encouraging you. He's like, okay, you got it this time.
Dude,
you could do it. Who was that guy?
Just go ahead. Get a feel for it.
Yes, I'm trying to think. Hang on, let me see. There's been like 3 or 4 videos now. Oh, that's so sick though. Like, thank you for getting stoked and watching that stuff.
Oh,
I'm
so
trying to
stoked.
think. I'm like blanking now too. I'm gonna have to think about like what video that was in. I was going up a ramp, huh? Or going up like a little wall or something.
Yeah, like a little wall, and then you were like at the like a little curb at the top, a loading dock. And there was a cop walk by at one
kept
point.
Eating shit over and over, and then you finally did it.
And there's a guy who's like, okay, you got it this time.
Dude, you know what? I'm pretty sure you're talking. Wait, was it the most recent one?
Was it
Is that
the
what you're
most
talking
recent
about?
one?
Yeah.
I think you're, yeah, dude. The person behind the camera, that's actually my wife.
What?
Dude, yeah. That's my wife. I'm 90% sure that this is the clip you're talking about. I was like I think I was wearing like all black or something. And like, yeah. Dude,
No,
yeah, that
this
was
sounded like a dude.
Just go ahead.
I think it was a
Get a feel
security
for
guard
it.
or somebody.
It might have been, I'm trying to think then, maybe it's the wrong clip. Because I know that in the last one, my wife kind of had a cameo, like, 'cause she was filming and she said something like that. And that's kind of what's clicking in my head. But
Schmitty's saying he'll get the clip and share it, and then
there you go, and then we can figure it out. Dude,
Totally.
I'm blowing it right now. But thank you so much for being stoked on that.
I'm so
That's
stoked.
So sick, dude.
I'm really excited. I got to tell you how much I love you and that. And,
dude, thank you so much.
Oh, and Cobra Kai. I have to admit, I wasn't that excited about.
It's all good.
And then I'm like, when are we watching another episode? My girlfriend Eileen, she's like, you gotta watch Cobra Kai. I walk around the house going, Cobra Kai. It's amazing. It's so fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm stoked that y'all are hyped on that. It's like, definitely wasn't expecting it to become what it is, but I'm so stoked. Thank you guys for watching it.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
Thank you, definitely.
Thanks.
Wow, what an amazing first here. You had
there you have it. It's the executive director, fiance premiere, her first appearance coming out onto the show before season 2 finale.
Dude, I know, dude. Wow, that was so sick. Thank you.
Well, that's the segue to Fiance Skate.
Yeah, I was actually gonna bring that up if you didn't, dude. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
What's up with it?
That's just a I don't know, dude. It's an interesting thing. It's just like a skate crew, essentially, of me and some friends. But it really started with like most of the people that are behind it are like mentees, like, you know, kids that I've mentored coming out of my skate park and skate shop in Aiken. And those kids have just kind of, you know, they started skating when they were like 11 or 12. And, you know, me and a few other guys that were in the same age group were like their older skater mentor types and just helped them, you know, learn to skate or learn, you know, what to do and how to, you know, and just took them on trips when they were younger and ultimately I taught a couple of them how to film and dude, and they just kind of always had their little skate crew, but it like formed and they gave it a name and it got kind of serious. They started making edits. And so now we've kind of, me and a few other buddies that taught them have been sucked back into it as like, you know, being a part of the crew as well. So yeah, it's just, that's what they called it. It's the, you know, kind of child of one of the kids in particular. His name's Jordan Nat. And he's, you know, I ended up giving him all my filming gear that I had. It was like an HVX with like that extreme lens and a couple other things and like a Pelican case. Cause I was just like over filming.
Nice.
You know, and I was just like, here, you just take it because you're filming every day right now and you just use it. And he's been going crazy. He's been filming like really good edits and making good footage and good we went on a trip recently and had a great time. And so it's been nice. It's been like a cool thing, dude. It's really sick. It's like a passing the torch or something. I don't know, you know? Okay.
Where would you go on a trip? Like around there is like North Carolina, the destination, like Raleigh's good and Atlanta. Where do you go?
Yeah, it's all over. Like they'll take weekend trips around to like small spots, or they'll come up here for the weekend, you know, and just do their thing. And then, but we actually went on like a legit trip where everyone in the crew got together, rented a van. It was like 14 or 15 of us in like a legit like Ford Transit, and we drove up to Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so we just dropped a little edit on YouTube like a week or so ago. And that came out really good. He like did a great job editing it and filming everything. But yeah, dude, we just all packed in and it was just like it's like a skate trip, dude. You're just on the road and you get 10 other homies in the car and you're just
the road is the best.
Skating and just a great time. And it'd be heavy. We'd vibe out a skate park if we showed up to a skate park because we would just 15 of us would jump out like hungry to skate and just, you know.
Yeah,
Weird,
that's like
but good times.
when we were going on Skate Rock, we had like 30 people with us, 3 vans, and it was like, we don't need anybody. We got the we're bringing the party to you. Like, we don't, if you guys come out, you're just the whipped cream because we got fucking a crew already. So
yeah, exactly.
That's the way to do
man.
it. So sick.
Yeah.
What's
It
the
was
name
great.
of the
We had,
shop
like-
in Aiken?
It's called Hick Warehouse, but it's not around anymore. It was a shop I started when I was about 14-ish years old, and then it turned into a park, and it was around for about 10 years, but we ultimately we had to shut down the park. We moved everything into this park warehouse, and it was like a skate park in the warehouse. There was offices up front. We had a skate shop, but there's an old building and the roof started acting up. We had like a few spots where it actually caved in. And so the landlord just basically was like, yeah, I'm actually going to sell it if I fix the roof. So if you want to stay in there, you can fix it yourself. Just like kind of being dirty, like we were like, all right, this isn't working. So we kind of had to bail out, but definitely there's no shop now. And that was about 2.5 years ago that happened. But the kids, like I said, it was a perfect time because that crew had became adults. They were 18 to 20 when that happened, and they were able to take things in their own hands. And like I said, we had taught them. We made them all help us build the ramps and everything. So they have started building DIYs around the area and just keeping it alive. And so they've been, they'll build a quarter pipe and a ledge of the spot, and then it gets torn down in a few months, and they move to the next one. And they've been super resilient. I'm so proud of them. It's like really crazy to see that
nice.
Those skills passed down being used.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we're working on getting like a legit park set up again. I started a nonprofit called Home for Skateboarding through the park a couple years ago, and so we founded that, and we were doing some cool stuff with it. But ultimately, it's just to help us receive donations to build safe places for kids to skate. So we're working on that right now. We just got 2 acres of land donated to us, so we're really stoked. And that's in Aiken. So we're gonna work on clearing it out because it's basically woods, but we'll clear it out. And we have a bunch of prefab ramps that we had received. So we'll put that up and give them at least something to skate in the area.
Mm-hmm.
So. There's a couple shops close by, and the kids know, to try to shop local. So they'll like take a weekend trip to Columbia or here to Charleston. They'll stock up on some gear,
cool.
or just buy online from the shops.
Yeah,
they're pretty good about that. So
what's the shop in Charleston? Do you know?
Yeah, Continuum is local shop here, and then in one of the boroughs, Mount Pleasant, it's adjacent. There's a shop called Parrot.
Okay.
And man, there's a really cool we have a park here built by Team Payne, and the city installed a little snack bar skate shop in it. And that is really cool. Even though it's ran by the government essentially, right, through the city, the guy that runs it, Josh, is a sweetheart. He loves skating. So when you walk in, it doesn't feel like you're in a government. It doesn't feel like you're in it feels like you're in a real skate shop. So that's like a really cool thing to have here. But yeah, we have it pretty locked down in Charleston. There's definitely no shortage of gear, which is nice. Because in Aiken, man, right now, if a kid wants to walk into a skate shop, they've got to drive to an hour to Columbia to Blue Tile, which is a great spot, but it sucks when you're 15, Yeah. So
not easy to get around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
We definitely can't overemphasize enough to support the local skate shops. It's I'm all about that. I really think that the brick and mortar needs to exist. It's great to have this online easy whatever, but you need to be able to go into the shop and stand on a board and fucking see the graphics, feel the shit. Skateboarding's about feeling, not looking on the internet. You gotta grab the board and feel the concave, feel the kicktail, the nose, all that shit. And the people that work there are the best because they're the ones that know. They're gonna tell you no, you don't want tracker trucks ever. Do not ride those, and they'll steer you in the right direction. It's just I don't know. I always like to know the shops that from when I'm talking to people oh, these guys put grip tape on your board. They helped you learn. They helped make it, so
totally.
good that you guys are doing all that stuff.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was crazy. You know, definitely the shop we had there was it was a good time, man. We had a nice little space, and we definitely passed it on to a lot of kids. And like, you know, like I said a couple times now, it's just cool seeing them be adults or young adults and like budding and doing their thing. And so, you know, yeah, dude, we're just out here, just still, you know, trying to skate, have a good time, just, you know, enjoying what we got over here in South Carolina. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm winding down. Sorry to take so much of your time, but I just had a bunch
No,
of
you're
stuff.
good. No, it's fine. I'm chilling.
Okay.
No, you're good.
I wanted to talk to you about social media. Like how do you look at that? Like, is it kind of, is there one that's like, this is for my job, and then another one that's like, this is for my fun, or like, do you combine it all, or how do you look at social media?
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, right? Like, I guess, dude.
Like, you have a few Instagram accounts, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy, it's a loaded question. Not really a loaded question, no, but it's like, I guess, so on the surface level, like, yeah, I have multiple Instagram accounts. I have a lot of different facets, but the Blonde Ambition Mitchell one is like 90% of my energy goes into that. And then I have like other little random accounts that I just mess around on, you know? And like in a perfect world, like I would give those more time and like expand into that, those like subsections of hobbies, you know, but just don't have a lot of time. So it's just kind of like all gets, you know, thrown into the main one I use. But I know a lot of people that have a couple accounts, and they'll have like their private one for their personal stuff, and then they have their one where they have you know, they're flexing their ego and they want to be all like whatever, you know, a superstar with 100 followers. So
yeah,
it's nuts. It really is. When you think about it like that, it's like, I don't even know. I don't want to sound like I'm fried. It's just, you know, it's just like we're living in like a virtual reality at this point. Like everyone, when you open up your Instagram or any social media feed, everything is different for every single person because of the metadata that your phone and that your computers collect on you, like the cookies, you know?
Yeah.
And then it feeds that in. And like, so for instance, like, let's just use this, like Nike, right? If like me and you got on Nike's website, we'd probably see a skateboarder pop up pretty quick because it knows that we digest skateboarding. We like that. My wife, on the other hand, say she hops on there, she's probably going to see a runner or a dancer or something, you know, and the websites do that. And so it's like, at this point, it's just your own, you live in your own virtual reality, you know, you live in your own cyclone, you know, you get fed what you want, and most people don't even know it. And so sometimes when I get on there, it's just like kind of heavy. And then, you know, you just get into that point to where it's like, all right, you're going to have your Finsta, and then you're going to have your main account. It's like, why are you living two different lives? You know, like if you need to vent, like call up your buddy, you know, don't drop it on your private Instagram account for people to like give you like whatever, like, oh my God, I love you comments. Like,
right. I
don't know, dude, it's kind of heavy, but maybe, dude, I think this is when my friends would tell me you sound like you're 50 years old, but I don't know, dude. It's, I don't know. It's kind of give and take, but all in all, you know, it's amazing. I do love it. I love to be able to keep up with everyone. Like I've met a lot of people throughout the years traveling, particularly skating. And it's just how I keep up with everybody, you know? It's just like you can, you know, might get a little pop-up in your feed or something. You might see someone, or, you know, you might just think about it and be like, oh, let me go to their page and spend 10 minutes catching up, or and I don't know. That to me is like the beauty of it. And that's probably the only reason I keep it around. Like I don't even use anything else, like Facebook, Twitter. I don't use any of that.
You're not down with the TikTok?
No, I don't even have a TikTok, dude. And like I said, all that stuff is just there for like the acting stuff. Oh, hang on a second. I got a phone call coming in. Wait, are you still there?
Yeah.
All right, but all that stuff's there for like the acting stuff. The Instagram is the only thing I'm really personally handling myself. And if it wasn't for that way to keep up with everyone, then I probably wouldn't even really be on there because it's just kind of like hectic. You know, I don't know, dude. Sorry. I feel like I went off the deep end.
I totally get it. It's like, I think we're all wrapping our head around it. And like, you're always, I don't know, personally, I'm like, I've seen a lot of trends come and go. So I'm kind of like, what's the next thing? And I keep looking at Instagram and I'm like, I don't know, this is pretty powerful. Like it's sticking around for a while, you know, like, so we'll see.
It is.
But the thing I don't like is the fake accounts when somebody comes in. I don't know if you've had these experiences, but if somebody's talking shit on you and then you click on that account and it says 0 followers, following 1 or something, you're like, you just made this. Yeah. And it's like, somehow they got to regulate that better, because whether you buy into those negative comments or not, like, everybody has feelings, and like they do digest, like when somebody is like, you fucking suck or whatever, you're just like, wait, let's talk about it. Oh wait, you're not even real.
Right. It's so there's lots of levels to that as well, right? Like I know Ellen DeGeneres made a comment once. She was like, I don't even look at critics or social media, because if you're gonna believe the good, then you have to believe the bad. And that's kind of heavy to think about. It's kind of true, but like also like whatever. But at the same time, it's like just putting that energy out there, someone coming out with some negative energy, it's just it's gonna ripple, it's like gonna have an effect no matter how tough you are, no matter how many good things you do. It's like, my wife's a teacher, and she learns all this stuff about how to, take care of people's psyche and stuff. And there's like a rule for, it takes like 20 positives to kind of heal 1 negative. So someone disses you, then like the average person is not going to recover from that diss unless they receive like 20 positive messages.
Right.
And so it's nuts how much more positive it takes to like than it does negative. It's so much more, the negative energy is so much more powerful. Kind of sucks. But,
I mean, I work, working for Thrasher, it's like, let's say I drop a video on YouTube, that's where most of the comments go. Like, not too many people, and this is funny, because why don't people comment on the Thrasher site? Because they have to be accountable. They have to have a Facebook, which means they have to be a person. On YouTube, you could just be Johnny Come Lately at 567 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. I talk to people all the time that, let's say there's 500 comments. Let's say 495 of them are amazing, best shit ever. But 5 of them are like, foot drag, you're whack, fuck off, whatever it is. Those are the ones you remember. Out of the 500 you had, like, and those 5, you'll be like, but I kind of just have dealt with it so long that I kind of just look at it and go like, people just like to talk shit. Nobody really wants to give a compliment. Everyone wants to just find the negative, and so fuck it.
For sure. Yeah,
everyone's jealous too. Like, I'm working at Thrasher. What are you doing? You're in like Omaha, sitting in your mom's basement on the slap message boards, or like whatever you're doing. Like, fuck shit. I don't care. I'm smiling. So fuck off.
Yeah, totally, dude. Exactly. Yeah, you're trying to just master your reality. Exactly. Yeah, you just kind of get over it, or just learn how to like block it out, or be numb to it, or just realize that it's not what's important. I don't know. It takes like a lot of work to get to that point. So that's pretty rad. Definitely a good thing.
What's going on with you now? What are you working on? Something? Is something about to be dropped? Like what's going on in 2020?
Dude, it's been such a crazy year. I'm living in Charleston, South Carolina, and just skating here, like once or twice a week I have the chance to get out, so I'm just enjoying that. And like I said, my buddies are filming some videos, so just hanging out with those dudes at Fiance Skate. And then I'm working with a good friend of mine who's also a skater at the branding company Team Fun, so we're doing that. And I'm just creating merch, skating, hanging out here, kind of staying low key. We're dropping a movie soon called Skate Shop the Movie, so that's definitely something to look out for.
Oh, what
that's coming out?
Skate Shop?
Skate Shop the Movie. Yeah, so that's going to be really cool. Should be, they're pitching it right now, so we hope to have it out in a few months. But yeah, dude, that's a really cool film. It's just it's a skateboarding movie, but it's more focused on the importance of a skate shop in a community. So rather than like the going pro story, even though that is like a subplot, the main plot is saving a local skate shop. So
is anybody involved from the industry?
There's a couple people that had cameos, but no one that is like directly like in supporting it. It's mainly this guy Zach Weil, and he's like kind of written it and directed it, and he's, you know, a skater actor kind of like me, like weirdly caught in the gray area, you know, and he just he just kind of started pitching it. People were digging it. Like, we got Mike Sinclair to come out and be a, you know, character.
And now, another first impression with Michael David Sinclair.
The first time I saw Bo Mitchell, I thought he was the little kid from Bad Santa that kept wanting to make everybody sandwiches. I'm sorry about that, Bo. It will be sick if you made everybody sandwiches.
Oh, he's in it.
Yeah, he's in it. And
okay,
then
good.
Bob Reynolds was in it too. And then
Bob's
we got
a homie.
Yeah, dude. We got the fella from Revive, Andy Schrock, to come out and do a scene where that was a pretty cool scene. He basically is in the movie, he's playing a dad buying his kid his first board, and so it's pretty heavy. It's kind of special. You get that vibe, you know, of how heavy that is, you know, to get your first skateboard, and so that was really cool. But yeah, dude, just
any
a lot of local skaters.
Cameos?
No, he didn't get him out there. Should have tried to radio him in.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
Okay, yeah. So you're shopping that right now?
Yeah, definitely. So we had a couple opportunities. Hoping to get it on Netflix, but we'll see where it goes, and, you know, try to get it out there soon though. But yeah, I'm stoked on that. That's gonna be really cool.
Hey, let's take a quick little break and hear from some of our friends, and we will be right back.
Hey, it's Corey at Blue Plate, 3218 Mission Street. Come see us. Meatloaf, fried chicken, deviled eggs, Dollar Olympia beers. We're here every day of the week. We got a garden, and we got smiles on our faces. Come let us make you happy.
Do you feel like with all these new, like there's Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, fucking NBC, Peacock, there's so many of these like streaming hosting places, does that kind of like opening the market for more shows? Like, is it easier to get a show now then, or?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. There's a lot of ways to get out there, but I feel like it's about the same, really. I mean, you think about it, it's like we've had so many networks that have kind of died off or become smaller because these streaming services have became the new networks, you know? And yeah, it's a weird time right now in the film industry, for sure. It's like,
I mean, there's no movies coming out. It seems like it's all TV. Yeah. Like TV shows are the new movie.
Yeah, it was like we were bubbling to this weird boiling point where no one knew what the hell was going on, like, because of all these streaming services. And everyone was trying to figure out how to like stabilize it or how to create a plateau, basically how to like get everything under control, right? Because there's almost like no rules for a little bit. And then COVID hit, and it was like, well, we can't even make movies now because you can't go to the theater. So it's just all switched over to series. I mean, nowadays though, it's crazy, man. Nowadays, like, you're even Cobra Kai, like 30-minute TV series, right? 30-minute episode TV series. It's shot like a movie. Like, it's shot like a film. Like, and it's like everything you're digesting now, it's shot like movies. Like, you have to think back to what film was, or not film in general, but to what TV shows were 10 years ago. It was all set stuff. Like everything was on set. It was sitcoms. It was like a slightly elevated Seinfeld, you know? And the really good stuff that you can only find on like premium networks like HBO, that stuff was shot like a movie.
Right.
But other than that, everything had sets. And now it's become commonplace. That's the new normal. Everything is just shot like a movie, for lack of better terms. That's the only way I can put it. It's shot like, you know, it's filmed really, really well and with a high budget and, you know, with high production value. You know, everything is moving. So it's like, instead of getting an hour and 30 minutes in the theater, you get 8 1-hour segments at your house, you know? So I don't know. It's definitely a wild time right now. And, yeah. Crazy,
Such a crazy year, 2020. You'll never forget it. There will always be an asterisk on this year, just like, whoa. Remember that one year? Fuck.
No, isn't, dude? It's pretty crazy to be living through this. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to say excited, but I just want to see what it looks like in like 2050. You know, like just looking back on this, right? Like I feel like my grandparents would look back on like the 1940s and be like, "Holy shit, dude!" You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like we're kind of in this,
crazy.
Yeah, or whatever, dude. World War II, like Hitler, like just fuck, dude, heavy shit. And like, I feel like we're gonna be, you know, granted, you know, it's not that crazy, but it's still, I feel like it has that weight to it, you know, the type of crazy stuff that's going on. So,
right,
you know, just trying to stay positive and just fucking be nice to people. But
that's what it's all about. Hey, true or false? Your dad got a hairspray sponsorship when you got a mohawk.
Yeah, dude, that's true. That's hilarious. That's crazy. That's funny, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he we cut a mohawk as a joke, and he went to there was like a mohawk contest that Shock Top, the beer. You heard of that beer?
No.
It's like, so anyway, Shock Top beer. It's like this Belgian white beer. It's kind of like a Blue Moon.
Oh, okay.
You heard of that beer?
Yeah,
it's like that. It's a beer like that. And Shock Top was having a contest, and their whatever you call a mascot is this orange peel with a crazy mohawk. And so my dad, they were holding a contest. Shock Top official was, and they were holding a contest, and my dad like submitted as a joke, and he won, and then got like a sponsorship for Shock Top and did some events, and then through that, the hairspray company that he was using sponsored him, and so he was getting like boxes of hairspray sent in and boxes of beer sent to the house. And
wow,
it's so funny. He doesn't even drink, and it was just like the wildest thing. And people would recognize him, like, you know, because he would keep it styled like that year round.
Yeah.
And so people would be like, "Yo, you look like Shock Top beer, the thing on the Shock Top beer can." He's like, "Yep." That's me. It was crazy. He was like a bigger deal. Like in public, like, you know, he'd be out together as a family, and people would be just losing their mind over him. And then they'd be done with their experience, and they turn and look at me, and they'd be like, "Wait a minute, you already spent a guy." It was like, oh, dude, it was like we were asking for it for a while. Yeah.
Have you gotten, or maybe not even you, but has your relatives or friends gotten into any roles or anything through you, or?
Not really. Like,
I can imagine your friends are hitting you up constantly, like, "Dude, get me in as an extra or something."
Dude, thankfully not. No, that would be so hesh. I just have to be like, no, my parents have gotten on the scene a couple times just randomly because they were like, "Fuck it, get in here," or whatever, you know. But yeah, and I've had a couple buddies ride out with me to some stuff, you know, because I would just be, when I was, you know, younger, like 18 to early 20s, like I was like out there, and I would just be like, you know, I didn't want to go by myself to live somewhere for 6 months. So I'd just be like, "Yo, you want to come with me?" Whatever. Like, and so I'd have random homies come out, and I always weasel them in, like, "Yo, let's get him in the background or something." And I had this one homie, Corey, and everyone calls him Pale God, but he was coming with me for a while. And so we got him in Eastbound and Down. We got him he's in Palo Alto. He's in this other movie called Memoria. And we would just squeeze him in there where we could. It was the funniest thing ever. But yeah, I've had some homies kind of hop in, but you know, it's never like, I've had definitely a lot of people ask me kind of, you know, like, "Hey, like, how do you do this? So definitely try to give tips when I can, but it's such a weird, like, roll of the dice because I feel like I got in, by stroke of luck. And so I don't even know how to do it, honestly,
Like,
but
you didn't go to school or anything for it, did you?
No, I didn't take any classes or anything. Like, I've been to one or two little, like, classes when I was, like, a tiny kid, but, like, the last 15 years I haven't done anything like that. It's just been the experience of being on set. But yeah, dude. So I don't know. I always just try to tell them, like, nowadays, like, using your freaking cell phone is key. Like, that thing shoots 4K and it has 3 or 4 lenses in it, and it's just, like, absolutely amazing. Like, you don't need anything else. You can create amazing film, with just your little phone, and just do some stuff like that. Like, build a reel, like, have fun, and then use Instagram or social media or YouTube or whatever, and just like, no offense, if you don't have the talent to, like, pop off on one of those outlets, then you're not going to be able to, like, really, take it to the next level. So, you kind of use that as a proving ground. That's what I tell everyone now. And I mean, I think it still holds true. I mean, there's so many people out there that are super talented, and now they have, millions of followers on TikTok and all, but yeah, man. Crazy. Well,
Here's the deal. 2020 sucks so bad that I started playing Pokemon Go.
That's awesome.
It's my new guilty pleasure. I bet. Okay, so what happened was everything got shut down, right? And I started losing my mind because I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, no yard, nothing, and, like, being on lockdown for a while, I was going crazy. So I turned my whole regiment to going to bed early. I wake up at 5 a.m. and go for, like, a 5-mile walk every morning before everyone wakes up, watch the sun. It actually started being kind of cool. Like, I was, like, doing my Instagram story every morning is morning vibes, and it would be a different photo of the sun coming up. And I was like, while you were sleeping, I'm doing it,
Yeah.
And then I went to something where I hung out with my brother and his kids, and they were like, Pokemon Go. And I was like, hey, has the hype died down enough for me to dive into this? Like, should I be playing it, like, 10 years too late? Yeah. And so I just download the app, and I've been fucking doing it. Anyway, that's my guilty pleasure. I'm wondering if you have a guilty pleasure.
That's amazing, dude. How's the grind to 40, dude? I played it the first couple years it came out, and I got to level 40 and just.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah, I was playing it, like, I was absolutely addicted, dude.
I'm on 23 Pokemon right now.
That's awesome. It's about to get fun, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
The 30s
I
is
still
where
don't
it's
understand the raids. I don't understand what that is. What a raid. It always is like a raid is about to go down. I'm like, okay. I don't know.
No, so that's like, and see, it's been about a year since I've played, so I feel like they probably changed some stuff, but that's where you just get a good chance to, like, catch a really strong Pokemon, and the IVs are going to be good, like, the individual values are going to be good, so it's going to be, like, a high quality, strong, like, Pokemon, and, like, oh, dude, I was going nuts. It was crazy.
My phone dies really quick now, though, like, because I got Strava, or a podcast, and Pokemon, and it was my phone. I got to get one of those external power things.
It runs in the background pretty heavy, yeah, dude. But I loved it. I'll try to get back on there. I can send you try to trade you some Pokemon or something.
Oh, that'd be sick,
dude. Yeah, I don't know though. For guilty pleasures, like I said, I kind of quit that or fell off like a year or so ago. So, like, I don't even know what I'm doing now. Like, I just, like.
Do you smoke at all?
No, not really. I just, like, like, just probably, like, I mean, I'll drink and party sometimes, like, whatever, but I feel like I'm trying to think of something that's actually, like, weird, that's a guilty pleasure, not like obviously, like, like going and getting, like, some fire cake or something is fun, but, like, dude, you know what I do? I fingerboard sometimes, and that's, like, definitely a guilty pleasure. Because when I'm doing that, I feel like I'm hiding it. I'm hiding myself. Like, if someone comes in, I'm messing around, and I'm just, like, scrambling to put it away. You found me. But I love that shit, dude, because I've been doing it since I was, like, younger, because whenever I would break a bone, I would do it while I was healing, just to kind of fix the scratch, the itch in my head, to skate.
Right.
Because you can kind of curb that need by doing it. Because when you do it, when you're playing with it and you actually learn how to do the tricks and you're maybe flipping into a grind or something, like it's like really firing you up because you feel like you're skating almost. So it's like, it's been like a kind of a side thing I do when I'm hurt or something, or if it's been raining for a couple days, I'll pick it up just to get like the itch scratched. I don't know. I also really like anime, which is like slowly becoming not nerdy. Like it's like starting like millennials and Gen Z, like they're stoked on it. So like that's been pretty cool. Like, because when I was a kid, I would watch it and it was definitely like something you didn't tell people that you did.
Oh, okay.
Like you were going to get made fun of for watching anime, but now it's like become a cool thing. So, but I love anime, dude.
I just interviewed Alicia Lee. She's a female skater, and she's really into the anime. Is it called anime or anime?
Anime. It's just it's like Japanese, but it's like they say it's like animation, but for short, it's anime, and it's just like a Japanese culture and like basically Japanese TV shows, but it's all like extremely high quality. It's essentially extremely high quality cartoons.
Right.
So like this, like the production value in these cartoons is the same thing you get out of like the Avengers movies,
Okay.
Like it's some badass stuff. And it's all usually like, there's all sorts. They have dramas and comedies and stuff, but most of it's usually like sci-fi hero type of thing. But But yeah, dude, I love it, dude. Just been watching anime since I was probably like, I don't know, 11 or 12. But it's like definitely a pastime of mine. But yeah, I don't know, dude. That's so sick you're playing Pokemon Go. You definitely are hopping on late. But I don't know. I haven't played in a year or two, so maybe it's
Nah, I think it's rad that I'm hopping on late. But like, as I'm figuring it out, San Francisco's still a hot spot. Like all the gyms are full. Like it's crazy. I'm like, dude, I'm out at like 5 a.m. and I'm thinking like all the gyms will be empty. It'll be easy to drop, your guys off or whatever. I'm totally nerding out here. Everyone's like, what are you doing? It's true. It's like, they're still full. I'm like, dude, I'll walk around the whole city and I can't even fucking find one empty gym. Then I drive down to the suburbs and I just take over the whole town. It's
dude,
crazy.
I was gonna say, I wonder if they haven't fixed this yet. There was a thing for a long time you could do called GPS spoofing. They just call it spoofing, and it would be you get a third-party app and you would log into your Pokemon Go, and then you could use a GPS spoof and play it like a video game, and you just use a controller to move your character. You don't have to move. And
so like you could go to different cities that you're not even in?
Yeah, and San Francisco has like a lot of really good
Pier 39
good spawn
goes
patterns
off.
and like weather and stuff. Like it's a hot spot.
Yeah.
And so people from around the world will literally teleport their character to San Francisco.
That makes sense. Okay.
And so it's just active as fuck all
this
the time.
weekend we're having one of those events or whatever. I don't know what it is.
So sick. Okay, where they like let out a special Pokemon or something for a day?
So yeah. My brother and his daughters are coming and we're gonna all fucking geek out.
That's awesome, dude. I hope
it's cool because I'm bonding with my nieces too. So like, it's just, I don't know. Keep it. It's like Felper used to say, you got to stay young. You got to hang out with the young to stay young. So
yeah, definitely. That's so sick. That's rad. You get to like enjoy something with them too. That's so hard nowadays to like find common ground. So whatever it is.
Exactly. And just with this socially distanced, it's like, fuck.
I know, dude. It's so hard. That's sick, though. I fucking love Pokemon Go. I'll try to. You have to message me your username. I'll try to crank it up, see if we can trade something or something like that.
Oh yeah. For any of you that are playing Pokemon Go, Schmittenheimer, SCHMITTENHEIMER. Look me up. Let's bro down on the Pokemon Live.
I'm gonna hit you up for sure.
Here. The last thing was, what is it? Porn food, is that right? Food porn?
Like food porn hotline?
Yeah, that's
it.
Is that,
dude?
I saw that on IMDb.
That must be what it is. I get asked about that so much, and it is the weirdest thing ever, dude. It's like it's basically a pilot I shot. And it was just it just kind of like fizzled out. Like I don't even talk. I haven't heard from them in like years.
The name is amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah, it was honestly going to be some really funny / weird stuff, but it just they couldn't sell it. But we filmed a pilot, and I guess they put it on IMDb and all. And dude, that makes sense. I'm so bad with how it's acting, so I don't even know it's on my IMDb. But I've been getting asked about this frequently, and I'm kind of like not annoyed, but I'm just like, where are you getting this? Because I know it never made it anywhere, but I guess they have it on IMDb, so that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
Crazy time.
Well, I got 3 questions left. I'm going to ask them all at once so you can think about them, and then we'll do one at a time. What are you most hopeful for? What is your biggest fear? And then what song are we going to drop to get the fuck out of here? So we can start with either your biggest fear or what you're most hopeful for.
Okay. Let's see here. That's hard. I got hit, dude.
What are you most hopeful for?
Yeah, dude.
Because I'm most hopeful for 2021. Get the fuck out of this year.
Yeah, maybe that will fix everything. I'm not sure what I'm most hopeful for.
Have you guys been affected by the COVID much out there, or is people taking it serious, or like is people wearing masks out there or no?
It is weird. It's different. It's probably a lot different here than it is for you guys. Granted, we're not as on top of each other as folks in San Francisco are, but people here kind of like, some people don't care, some people do. It's weird. Some people just don't even believe in it, or just, it's so crazy. It's crazy to live in this, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, dude. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm hopeful for. I feel like it's hard to say.
Just hope this run continues. You fucking got some shit going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope that like, I guess I should say that maybe this is more of my fear, that I just don't want us to like be consumed by the nonsense that is like going on right now, because it's so silly that I don't know. It's like there's a lot of seriousness going on. Like we have a virus floating around that we can't control, we don't have a vaccine for, and there's like, I feel like we're on the cusp of possibly some type of like civil war at this point, with how drastic we've been divided by this election. And so I don't know, I'm just afraid that people are going to lose sight of like themselves and what's important because of social media. And I feel like we're at this section 2 where we've almost been taken over by AI, like I said earlier, with the virtual reality and the metadata, and people like you're being able to basically be triggered by what you pull up on your Instagram feed and then go out in the streets and protest, but like, and then you're out there and then it snaps and goes bad, and like I don't know, I don't want to like offend anyone, because what people are doing is like needed to be done, but at the same time I think some people are like losing sight of what's important, and just shit is going haywire, and I'm really scared for everyone's like just like well-being, like mentally, physically, spiritually. Like I don't know, segueing that into this, I'm most hopeful for I guess a president or the leadership of something to come along. It doesn't even have to be that. It just needs to be something to come along to kind of help us realize like what's important in the world, because like we're not like, I don't know, we're in America, dude. Like it's so fucking nice here, dude. Like
yeah,
there's so much heavy shit going on the other sides of the country, and we're fussing over like bullshit at the same time being ignorant with like our spoils and riches, and like it's just fucking crazy, dude. I don't know, I don't know, sorry, that just got all fucking spun out of control there, but
I don't know. I feel like we're just having to be patient. I feel like we're sitting here watching everything unravel, but with the hopes that it's all going to ravel back up and like continue on. We just have to like watch this gap of time disappear, which kind of sucks because time is so precious and important that it's like, fuck, man, we're only here for this long. I don't want to be locked indoors for any, any amount of time. Like I'm missing out every day. I'm missing out because I'm a creative person. I like to go do shit. I like to mix it up. And right now you're telling me to do Groundhog's Day every day. And I'm fine with that for a while. It's kind of like a vacation. But after a while, vacation ain't even cool. Like I need to be doing shit. Like just hope a new year brings a new attitude and a whole new vibe and everything. But we'll see. I know it's going to take way more than that. Even a new president, it's going to take more than that. It's going to take the individuals. It's going to take America to get their brains, you know, maybe they got to go to the chiropractor and get adjusted. Yeah. So it's like, oh, I think differently now.
Snap out of it. Yeah, dude. It's something like that is definitely necessary at this point because I think we're just all fucking, it's cooped out. I mean, not to drag on. I heard weirdest thing happened, but I was like getting a tattoo from this dude and he was like, this guy's a little older. I think he's probably like late 50s or something. And so he's like, he's got a dry sense of humor and stark. And so kind of sets the tone for this. But he was like, yeah, at this point, you know, we assume risk every day when we go out and we drive our cars or whatever, right? Or hop in a plane or even just assuming that we might get the cold once a year, the flu once a year. And it's like, this is just a new added level of danger or fuckery, you know? We're just assuming risk when we step outside, you know, because the virus is out there somewhere and you can get it. And it's just, you know, he was just like, basically, he's like, are you going to fucking sit inside? Or are you going to live your life? And I mean, it's like, it's definitely like a selfish way to think, but it's also too, it's like, you know, there's not many options left at this point unless you are going to quarantine yourself every day. And, you know, I mean, people need to like put food on the table, you know, and like things like that. So like, you know, I mean, I think we've done a great job to coming together as a country and putting in contingencies to like create a level of safety so that people can go to work. But I don't know. It's definitely fucking crazy, dude. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. I heard today that a vaccine was almost done. That's 90%. It works 90% of the time or something. They're talking about it on the New York Daily this morning. And I was like, wow, coming straight out of the gates with a 90% accuracy. Okay, we'll see about that. Like, it just seems like, I mean, I don't even like, it's all like anxiety. Like you can't, you know, in a month from now, we'll see what happens in a month, but freaking out about right now seems like not the way to go. You just got to like take your opportunities and run with them.
Yeah. And do what you can.
Yeah. I like the hat, man.
Thank you, dude. Oh yeah, totally. Fuck. I love this little
Kelly
thing.
Green. That's looking good.
Yeah, dude. Corduroy. It's like kind of soft. I don't know. I fuck with it. It's fun, dude.
We hit 40 years. The mag comes out. January's just came out. Advanced copies. Cardiel on the cover. 40 years of Thrasher magazine.
That's amazing, dude. I have a 30 years shirt at my in storage. Not here, but in storage. I remember I got that mag in, and then we had the option to order the shirt, and so I put in to get a shirt. I got the 30-year shirt. I had to bring that out. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's
hopefully we'll have some 40th merchandise. I love all that shit. Like I got posters that I've collected. Kind of a little bit of a hoarder with skateboard stuff. Like I've had the opportunity to get a lot of collectibles and.
I think most of us are, dude.
Yeah, like, you know, I got a storage unit because at some point I'm hoping I'm going to have a man cave that's like my museum. But, you know, the older I get, the more I'm like, is this worth it? Is this ever happening?
Right. Yeah, I understand. So we'll
totally. Thanks so much, man, for taking the time. It's good catching up with you.
For sure.
I'm fucking looking forward to seeing some VHS clips for this Tired vid.
Thanks, dude. Yeah,
I'm sure me and Brad will be rattling your cage pretty soon. Like,
dude,
probably first week of December, we'll start diving in. You know, he likes to wait to the last minute on these edits, and I start going like, "Fuck, dude, let's get in a little earlier this time."
Yeah, no, dude, he's got the new computer. It's gonna go well.
Oh yeah, new computer, old camera. I like it.
Yeah.
You got a good song that could take us out of here?
Yeah, dude. My buddies down the street make some sick music. You can find it on Spotify and Apple, so I feel like you might be able to pull it up. But it's Heartache by DJ Dolla Menu. Dolla. Yeah, Dolla. not dollar. Yeah, run that one, dude. We'll vibe out.
We'll download that off the Spotify. Put it right in here.
Beautiful.
Do they own their own music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're
so
not
it's like
on a label or anything?
No, it's like a little skate house, but of music dudes, and it's just like there's DJs, producers, artists. They all
hook us up because if they ever want to contribute, I can get some music in the Thrasher edits. We're always looking for music because we have to clear the rights for all our stuff. So we really like to reach out to people that are making stuff, and if something works, we're definitely down to use it. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they do like rap, and then they do some pop and electronic stuff, so they probably got some songs that would work for some of the edits. I'll tell them to send you a line. Hell yeah. For sure. Can I get you a beanie or a shirt or something for the Talkin Schmit too? Oh yeah, sure, dude. Down for a beanie. It's getting cold. Okay, I'd rock that out for sure. I got like 4 new colorways coming out Friday, so I'll send you a photo and let you pick something. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I'd be stoked. Yeah, just trying to do some fun stuff on the side. It's been really fun. The podcast has been growing, and it was the perfect time to come out because everyone got hit by this pandemic. It's like, dude, you're kind of helping me get through a lot of shit. And I'm like, I'm just having fun, man. Just trying to do shit on, reaching out and meeting people each week and all that. That's how it usually goes, dude. It's a beautiful thing, dude. It's like, just doing what you love and other people feel the passion or, whatever. It's like, hell yeah. It's cool, dude. Well, fuck yeah, dude. Thank you. I'm fucking really stoked. Thank you. And I'm still trying to think of that clip. You have to send me the clip that your fiance was talking about. Oh. I'm pretty sure it's my wife, dude. I know that it sounds funny to say that, but I remember she was filming with me that day, and she was like, so it was basically a double-sided curb on top of a tight little bank that went into a loading dock, and you were up on a 50-50 axle stall, and you kept trying to roll in. Dude, yeah, that's it. That's my wife, for sure. Okay. Yeah, dude. That was a crazy experience because she never had went out skating with me before, and never even went on a skate session. I'm sorry to dig into this now, but just I like it. Here, dude, yeah, Dude, yeah. So I went once with some buddies, got the cops called, got kicked out, blah, blah, blah. Back 2 weeks later, maybe, and I'm trying to get it, and she's there, and she's the only person that is around to come out. I'm like, hey, please just come give me 10 minutes of your time. Shoot this. It's a couple blocks from your gym, so you can go hit your gym afterwards and that type of thing. She's like, okay, I'll come out. She was like, I drug her out. And so I think the cops had pulled up, and she was like, do it right here. Trying to be kind of low key because the cops were there. And dude, yeah, we got trespassing notices at that spot. When you go and the cops are it happens pretty often here because it's smaller, the cops don't have as much to do. Right. So they would take their time to write you a fucking trespass notice. So we got trespassing notices written up, and dude, she thought that she just committed a federal crime. She's such a sweetheart. And she went back to her car and started tearing up, and she was like, I felt like I had been objectified, and she'd never been talked down to by a police officer or anything, and it just ruined her week. But it was a good experience in the long term. It definitely gave her a healthy respect for the fuckery that we go through. But yeah, dude, that was wild. She was upset. Last time she ever goes on a mission with you, huh? I know, dude. No, she picked it up though. I just got her first board a week or so ago, and then we set it up last week, and I showed her how to grip it, and that was a pretty cool thing. Passed that on to her, and then we went out skating a week, the past couple weeks. We've been going out once a week, and she's been riding up curb cuts and stuff and picking it up. How cool! Yeah, man, I'm stoked she's out there and trying it. So yeah, nice, man. Well, shout out to your wife.
Shout out.
Gonna try something real quick for the first time ever too. Wow. Share screen, right? I hit it, and then does this pop up on your screen? Can you see? It does. You can see a shirt? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whoa, those are crazy. So that's so sick. But it's weird because now I can't see you or anything. Yeah, so this is for business stuff. And then I'm back.
Right. Yeah. This is like if you're presenting a like a whatever, you know, like a photo thing. What do they call those? Like what are
PowerPoint.
Yeah, it's like if you're doing a PowerPoint in the Zoom and you're in like a company meeting and stuff.
So could I take, let's say I had your video part on my screen. Could I let's watch your video part and click it right in?
Yeah, fucking
and
fire
then
it
you
up.
could talk over it? Because that's what I want to do is have like, Malto, let's watch this. And he's like, well, this is when I was in Kansas, you know, whatever.
Yeah, have it queued up and run it. And I'm pretty sure it will record video audio. So you can either have that playing or you can just tone it down. You can kind of edit it live, you know, that way. You can edit it live. But, dude, yeah, that's definitely a good way to kind of do what you were wanting to do without having to, you know, get your executive director over there, you know, working for you the whole time. But, yeah, dude.
Right. Well, fuck, dude. We did some first today. I kept it for like, oh, man, we almost hit 2 hours. So thank you very much for that. And look for this on Tuesday. It'll come out every Tuesday. We get a new one at 4 a.m. It just that's 7 a.m. your time. But
okay.
Boom. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. And I'm stoked to see you keeping to do cool shit. Like you weren't one and done with the Eastbound and Down. Cobra Kai is cool. And I'm looking forward to all your other projects. So stay in touch and we'll see you out there. If you ever come to SF too, fucking hit me up.
I will for sure, dude. I'm hoping to get back out there soon. So thank you for the time, man. This has been so fun.
Sick, dude. Stay safe.
All right, you too, man. Have a good one. Later.
Take care. Bye.
D-O-double-L-A, give me you. The man with the plan turning out this venue. When you've been on a mission to be seen, you believe me, not catch a machine in them jeans. The dream, too good to be true. All eyes on the dance floor stuck on you. His last call at the bar, the club close at 2. So let's dance, cause we got nothing better to do. So let the party begin. We're gonna boogie to the AM. So let the party begin. We're gonna boogie to the AM. Something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. So let's dance. Give me you. The man with the plan turning out this venue. When you've been on a mission to be seen, you believe me, not catch a machine in them jeans. The dream, too good to be true. All eyes on the dance floor stuck on you. His last call at the bar, the club close at 2. So let's dance, cause we got nothing better to do. So let the party begin. We're gonna boogie to the AM. So let the party begin. We're gonna boogie to the AM. Something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. like the bar, the club close at 2, so let's dance, cause we got nothing better to do. So let the party begin. We're gonna boogie-oogie to the AM. So let the party begin. We're gonna boogie-oogie to the AM. Something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. There must be something in the music, you make my heart ache. Let's go, let's work.
You make my heart ache. Yes you do, yes you do, yes you do, yes you do, yes you do. So let the party begin. We're gonna boogie-oogie to the AM. So let the party begin. We're gonna boogie-oogie to the AM. Something in the music,
You make my heart ache. There must be
something in the music, make my heart ache. Something in the music, make my heart ache.
There must be something in the music.
You make my heart ache.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talking Schmit. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. When you subscribe, you'll get notifications every Tuesday of new episodes the minute they become available. Also, please leave reviews and a 5-star rating. It's the best way to help the show grow. All of the episodes will always remain free, but if you would like to help support the show, you can do so at TalkinSchmit.com, where you can pick up some merchandise like t-shirts, beanies, hats, and stickers. The website has an entire archive of all of the episodes, with extra photos and videos. Email us with any suggestions, comments, or ways that the show may have improved your life at TalkinSchmit@gmail.com. All interviews are conducted, edited, and produced by Schmitty. The intro music is Mary's Cross by the band Nature. Very special shout out goes to the executive director, Sharal Camisa.
Shout out.
Love it! This is Talking Schmit, where the Rolodex is deep, but the conversation is deeper.